You know when Bandai has to put a handle on the box, they mean business! And of course, if you want one of these absolutely beautiful monstrosities of your own, then you can get yours from the awesome guys over at Hobbylink Japan, link in the description. Hey, what is up everyone? Welcome back to another Gunpla review, and this right here is the 200th Master Grade ever. Well, I guess not including P-Bandai, but anyway. And of course, I don't have to tell you that this right here is the Master Grade PLAN303E Deep Storica. And don't let the box fool you, because this doesn't transform. Actually, it doesn't do a whole lot of anything. But what it does do is look absolutely phenomenal. But back to the box. As for the front of the box art is absolutely fantastic. I mean, frameable fantastic. Flipping around to the side there, and we've got a front and rear image of the finished kit, which looks spectacular. Moving around to the back of the box, we get some more of the technical specs. Info about the weapons: the main gun is 570 millimeters long. That's 22.4 inches for the metrically impaired, so that thing is long. More info then on details and refine, which seems to be the differences they've made from the S Gundam that it's based on. Basically, there's a bit of articulation in the shoulders, and you have two variants of the head. The Deep Striker version, as well as the S Gundam version. And finally then we have this huge picture of the finished kit, but it lists out all the individual parts of the mecha, which is additional chest piece, eye field generator, multi-sensor, beam smart gun, additional bottom part, what? Front landing gear, improved beam cannon, rear landing gear, main gun unit, coaxial fire control sensor, main gun elevation arc, large disc radome, rear platform, shock absorption cylinder, brake block, conformable pack, main nozzle vector plates, and propellant tank. So radome and a big cannon, basically
a weapon to surpass Metal Gear.
Also, I'll throw up all the other information up on the screen now so you can read it at your own leisure. Once you actually do open up this box, you're greeted by a gargantuan amount of runners. These are a mix between brand new runners for this kit from 2018, which are all denoted with an X followed by another letter, nicely cut out so you can see them from a distance. The other runners, however, they're from the S Gundam from 2002, and the letters for those are... Where is that? Come on already. God damn it. Yeah, just like this, the old way. Which isn't too bad when there's only a couple of runners, but when there's a lot, it can get confusing. Don't be me, buy a rack. Also, we get a sheet of foil stickers and decals. And I know I'm being a bit of a contrarian on this point, but I feel a 2018 Master Grade shouldn't have this amount of stickers, and a nearly $200 kit should come with water slides, not these crappy sticker-style decals. I mean, seriously, an extra $5 or $10 or so just to get water slides would be well worth it. But once you get this thing out of the box and put together, it is impressive. By the way, this build takes quite some time. It took me a couple of days, but the build itself is relatively easy. Nothing too difficult here. Before I mention anything else, I will address the elephant in the room. Yes, this thing is a statue. There is some articulation on this, mainly left over from the S Gundam itself, but in reality, it doesn't really move at all. This right here is what you get. I will mention more about that later though. Besides the disappointing stickers, the color looks great. I mean, seriously, with the stickers, the red stickers, they don't even match the color of red of the kit. That particular red, when I saw it in the box, looked a little bit garish, but the way it's used on the kit, where it's used, looks really nice once it's all put together. We also have a bunch of colorless clear parts. If you want this to look great, you might want to put some kind of foil underneath them and paint them green, as the stickers don't look that great. And as well as the dominant red, white, yellow, and 2 shades of grey, we've also got these silver chrome plated parts as well. They look quite nice and give it that little extra dimension. Lastly, we've got a bit of mixed media in here with this wire that connects the back of the Gundam to that giant main gun unit. What this is a fairly thick wire, which you pass through this outer cloth segment, which I guess kind of looks like a shoelace. It's flexible and definitely looks a lot nicer than just a plain wire. Pretty cool. As for a size comparison, there it is beside the real grade Unicorn, a Master Grade Jim Colony type, and the perfect grade Exia. So you can see, this thing is huge. But anyway, as for the articulation that is present, we've got side to side as well as up and down at the head. A little bit of movement up at the antenna here, but that's just residual left over from the S Gundam that can transform. And speaking of which, all the transforming parts from the S Gundam, they still have to be built inside that torso that does not transform. As for the arm, we have rotation at the shoulder. There isn't really any up and down to this shoulder. The arm can move in and out slightly, but does get blocked around here at the back. Some rotation at that upper arm. An absolutely pathetic bend at the elbow. And of course, the brand new thing added to the shoulders on this is this cool little slide gimmick, which looks awesome. But you might be saying right now, but what about that arm, that normal arm that's holding the cannon? The gun is connected at 2 points, one into the side here, and the other one is into the hand itself. So because it's been held at these points, this is the only position this can be held in. I mean, there is some articulation in there, but if you try to move it at all, it just doesn't. Even if you take the arm away, that gun just stays right there. It does move around a bit, but if it has to connect in here into the hand at the same time, that's it, that's all you're getting. So as for this right arm, the shoulder is all the same, including that slide gimmick. The upper section is the same with rotation, a much better bend at the elbow here, ball and socket at the wrist, and the hand has a thumb and an index finger that moves independently to the last 3 fingers. And that's it. Essentially, that is it. The main gun unit doesn't work at all. It's literally just in a big harness type structure up on the back here. These 2 thrusters did have some articulation before that was attached on, but not anymore. The little bit that is attached to the main gun via the wire, that can move up and down slightly. We've got these twisty bits on the thrusters, and these landing gear looking parts on the front that can move in and out slightly. The pistons can move in and out, but you don't want to do that too much or you will end up stripping the chrome plating. And the same goes for these little bitties down here, they do the same. But all in all, that is it. Basically, the pose that's on the box, that's all this will do. This thing is 100% just for display. I'm sure you might be wondering, can this come off the base? And yes, it can, but unless you're going to suspend it somehow from the ceiling, there really isn't much reason to. And I know someone out there will ask or be wondering, what does this thing look like from the bottom? So here you go. Essentially, those bottom thrusters are just its legs. So that is it for the review. I guess there isn't really a whole lot to say about this. If you want one big, monolithic, absolutely epic looking master grade that will sit in the center of your collection and look fantastic, then this is the one you want. If you want something to play around with that looks dynamic, that real anime Gundam coolness, well, this probably isn't for you. As a model, it is an absolute joy to build. Sure, it doesn't really do anything, but there's a lot of building involved and it's just such a cool design. Of course, if you do want one of your own, then check out that link down in the description. And as always, make sure to come back for more Gunpla reviews, and I'll see you next time.